At CB Sports, there's nothing but first place. And I think from the day that CB Sports was started, that we wanted to try to set ourselves apart from the rest of the people that manufacture sports apparel. We manufacture the majority of our product in-house because one of the things that we try to do is to control the consistency and the quality of our product. My major responsibility at CB Sports is the designing and merchandising of our product. That develops with a line drawing, and from a line drawing, we move into research and development. The most important aspect of it is the creative function of making sure that you can create a style that has the look of what CB is all about. The collar, let's increase that by a ½ inch all the way around. Sometimes your first idea is your best. Sometimes you make a dozen garments until you're satisfied that it can become a product that you want in your line. One of the things that's very unique to CB Sports is that we size our garments to a body physique instead of to a standard grade or to a specific model, and feel that within that physique, those are the people that we want to fit, and that normally is the individual that has an athletic body. Because we're a fairly aggressive company, we felt that there was a real need for us to make sure that we were the head of the race and the head of the pack, and to utilize a computerized grading. What it enables us to do is to standardize sizing within this body physique that we've been talking about. Raw materials is an area where every component that comes into our company, whether it's zipper, whether it's thread, whether it's insulation, whether it's shell fabric or lining fabric, goes through 2 or 3 inspection phases. Cutting is a lot like our research and development, and it also is a life support center for CB Sports. And we have a lot of checks and a lot of controls and systems that have developed to ensure that we have quality cutting. We also have some fairly sophisticated equipment, such as our compression cutting table, that enables us to spread up to 100 plies high, and then through compression, we can compress that down to a minimal height so that it enables us to cut these 1,000 garments at a time with much larger and much better consistency than what we could if we had to lay only 30 or 40 plies high. In our shade marking area, we have numerous types of machines that are used for shade marking. When something comes off the cutting table, there'll be a spread or a bundle of material, and that has what we call plies in it. And the top ply, the middle ply, and the bottom ply may not come from the same roll of goods. Therefore, a shade marking machine will numerically number each lay of fabric so that consecutively a left sleeve will have the same number as a right sleeve, so that we know that it comes out of the same roll of fabric. We have another unique piece of machinery that's been developed at CB Sports, which is a chalking machine, which we use for accuracy in top stitching. Shade marking also can be used for our down people that are our quilters of down, that what the shade marks will do is to tell them basically where to top stitch the garment. One of the main fallacies that there is in down garments is lots of people think just because that you put a lot of down in a garment that it's going to make it warm. That's not always true, because it's more the consistency of the down and how that down is spread out within a garment and how it's contained within the compartments that are manufactured into the garment. In the manufacturing of a CB Sports garment, small parts is an area where basically the garment begins to take its facsimile of becoming a CB style. Then from small parts, the garment will move down into the regular manufacturing process. Safety stitch equipment is used exclusively in our ski wear and sportswear garments, basically a double row of stitches which adds double the amount of strength to a seam, but more importantly in machine washing it will not leave a raw edge to unravel. As you'll notice, we use a grease pencil to mark all of our zipper setting processes so that we can first of all control the consistency of how a zipper is set into the garment to make sure that the zipper number 1 is the right length, but number 2 that any of the top stitching on the front of the garments will match on the left side and the right side. There are lots of these little unique quality features in manufacturing that we continue to feel will set us apart from the rest of the industry. In small parts and throughout our whole manufacturing process, there are various inline inspection stations. And as each garment moves along to various sewing stations, normally after 4 or 5 sewing stations, there'll be another inspection station to make sure that the continuity of work is continued, that the quality of work is up to the standards of the company and of the inspector. Every aspect of our ski sweater is a challenge to me from the standpoint of the choice of the yarn, the balance of the yarn, the twist of the yarn, the dyeing and the finishing. Before it even gets to our factory, there are many control areas and many quality checks that go into just the development of the yarn before it reaches the knitting machine. Once it reaches the knitting machine through the knitting process, again, there are many quality checks that go into making the ultimate product for CV Sports. I want to know from every one of our customers, if possible, why they're buying CB or why they aren't buying CB or what they like about the garment or what they don't like about the garment, because when your name is on your garment, you obviously have to be very proud of what's happening in the marketplace. That's incredibly important to us as a company and to me as a human being.